What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with another live watch along. Better late than never, people. I've had to perform miracles to get here, by the way. Straight off the M25, traffic jam. Was at Cruisers tournament, got back late. And we're here, people. We're finally here. Last day of the season. Like you said in the comments, it probably sums up the season, to be honest, turning up this late for the game. I'm all over the place, so I'm gonna have to edit the lineups as we're live. I've literally just got through the door, watching the game on a small screen. But we're gonna do like a soccer Saturday or soccer Sunday, obviously relegation battle and all that other stuff. So yeah, man, big up to everyone. Inverted chat is back, people. I haven't even slowed down the chat. You're gonna have to bear with me for a few minutes. I got the game here, and big up to everyone who's been waiting. We're here, people. Leeds are losing already, apparently. They're going down anyway. Yeah, Tottenham, Harry Kane, of course. Yeah, they lost in a semi-final, man. They lost to Marseille in a semi-final. It was a high standard, man. They did well. They won the group. They won a tournament yesterday at Northampton's ground, which was good. But today, man, the tournament, yeah, they lost in the semis to Marseille. Guendouzi and Sanchez and Tavares and them, man. And then M25 was just madness. But hey, it is what it is. I'm going to edit these lineups. Big up Killer Ice Lollies, man. Keep up the great work, Curtis Top YouTube. Listen, last game of the season. Big up everyone for supporting this season. It's a shame, you know, this day could have been very different. People were selling these tickets for 25 grand. Thinking that this was going to be a title decider. But imagine paying 25 grand. And it ends up being a nothing game. Do I go subscriber only mode? Nah, let anyone in. Anyone can get in the party today. Let's just slow the chat down. It's the last game of the season. Anyone can get in. You can wear dirty trainers, whatever, you're in. Right, I need to edit the lineup. I don't even know the lineups. And the timer's a bit behind. Right, let me get these lineups sorted out. What's the team? I don't even know the Arsenal team. Ramsdale in goal. Oh, he's doing Partey at right back. Kivior left back. Oh, the team stinks. Xhaka, Jorginho, Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, Trossard. Oh, it's a horrible team. It's a horrible team again. Did he not learn from last week that this team doesn't work? Thomas Partey at right back. Throw into Arsenal. It looks full. A lot of people are saying they should leave the stadium empty. No. Oh, no, Tierney at left. Tierney's done. He's done, man. I'm convinced he's leaving. This will be Kieran Tierney's farewell. If you're playing Kivior at left back, mate, he's leaving. Who's on the bench? Turner, Tierney, Holding, Walters, Smith Rowe, Fabio, Bandera, and Ketia, Nelson. We'll probably win this game 4-0. No pressure FC, but that's a horrible team. Horrible. Thomas Partey at right back is a disgrace, by the way. Raul Jimenez, this could be a chance for Wolves. No, it goes out for a throw. Trossard has dyed his grey hairs, apparently, people saying. It's mad how he's got grey hairs at the side of his head, man. He's only like 28. Big up Jerome said, big up C-Unit, inverted start. Thanks for the watch along and for the whole season. Big up, bro. Big up to the whole community as always, man. Like I said, it's a corner to Wolves. Traore, the greased up turkey's playing. Yeah, this watch-along probably sums up the season. It never really got going, did it? Villa are beating Brighton 1-0. Newcastle beating Chelsea, Anthony Gordon. Everton could have done with him today, to be honest. I think they're going to get relegated. No, in fact, Everton, they're at home, aren't they? They might stay up. Right, let's change this lineup. So the team is Ramsdale, Partey, Kivior, Ben White, Gabriel. Xhaka's farewell appearance, I hope. No disrespect, but yeah, man. Odegaard. This is when you know it's live and direct, people. I'm having to edit on stream, but we're here. Better late than never. Gabriel Jesus. Thanks for the streams this year. Made the season half bearable, says ER. Big up, man. Big up the community. Yeah, man. Shameless in the merch. The merch is fire, though. I can't lie. Merch is probably the best thing we've had this season. I can see Wolves nicking it. Do you know what? I honestly thought we'd win 4 or 5-0 today. No pressure FC. They actually look decent, Wolves. They look like they might beat us. All right, let's do the Arsenal. Oh, goal for Arsenal. 1-0 to Arsenal. I think that was Gabriel Jesus. We've took the lead, people. Was that Xhaka or who scored that? Granit Xhaka. You couldn't write it, could you? Granit Xhaka. Farewell appearance. Gives Arsenal the lead. Yay! We're going to win the league, people. We're going to win the league. We're winning. 25 grand tickets. No pressure FC 1. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Granit Bomber Clark Xhaka. He'll probably want to stay after this. You watch. He'll score and commit his future to the club. Make sure you still go, bro. No disrespect. It took 7 years for this one season, man. Granit Xhaka gives Arsenal the lead. You watch. He'll convince him to stay, Mikel Arteta. The game's on Peacock in the US. I'm watching it on a small screen on my phone. Arteta saw the right in the last game. Xhaka's last goal, hopefully. Yeah, goodbye present. Score a goal, then do one. We'll drop you to the airport. Ryanair flight to Germany. You watch. He'll sign a new deal. Give him an extension. Hey, Matt, relax yourself. Let's not get carried away. Right. Let me do these substitutes. This is real live and direct business we're dealing with today. So the bench. Arsenal on the attack again. Oh, we lost it. Right. What's the bench? Turner, Tierney. This will be. I think this is Kieran Tierney's last game for the club, which is very sad. If Zinchenko's injured and he can't get game time, you've got no chance. He's got absolutely no chance of getting game time. Gomez, Lamina, Nunes. So who've I got there? Podence. There's no Ruben Neves. Take out Neves for Lamina. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna edit the team. We'll do it at half time. The Arsenal team's right anyway. Let's just get on with it. Granit Xhaka, my captain? Nah, man. Not my captain. We've got Super Granit Xhaka. Nah, none of that. Sell him. Go and enjoy the Bundesliga, bro. Give him 250k a week and a 4-year deal. Stay Granit. Nah, man, his time's come. It's definitely well and truly done. Full kit and the socks are fire. Do you know what? I was tempted to buy the shorts just for holiday. I thought, and tour and that. I thought, well, I didn't do it. Champions League badge. That's the best thing. But it's sad, isn't it? Because you got the sleeve sponsor now. You can't get the badges on both. Abjeet said, not even watching Arsenal today. I get it. I hear it. I do hear it. Big up, Brian. Brooklyn in the building. Big C, thank you for a great year, brother. You are awesome. Happy to meet you in New York. Yeah, man. Hope so. Hope I can meet some of the community. In New York. We'll be over there. Sure on tour business. Big up yourself, bro. Full kit is shameless. It is. I thought, you know, big ass grown man buying the shorts. I don't know. Like Ian says. You know what I mean? Here's Odegaard. You watch. We'll win 4-0 to... There we go. 2-0 to Arsenal. No pressure FC. Looking like world beaters, people. Arsenal 2. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Typical. Is that Granit again? He's not leaving. He's doing a Leonardo. Was that Odegaard? Is that Odegaard or Xhaka? Who scored? That's Granit, innit? He's only gone and scored another one. Is that Granit Xhaka? I'm watching the replay now. Oh, man. No pressure FC, man. It told you. We'll win 5-0 today. Granit said, I ain't going nowhere. Oh, won't you stay with me? Because you're... Oh, I'm telling you, he's signing a new deal. We thought we were getting rid of him. He ain't going... No, he's doing a Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Great. Odegaard, good play in the build-up. Keep Xhaka, sell Partey, says Cooper. Yeah, well, he might have to go as well the way he's been playing the last month. Granit Xhaka on the double. He's going to score a hat-trick. Clip it. You're going to get a Granit Xhaka hat-trick. He'll sign a new deal. 2-0 after 15 minutes. Granit Xhaka on the double. We're on the attack again here. He's going to score a hat-trick. You watch. Oh, cleared away. Damn. He's going to stay. We ain't going to get rid of him. Jerome said, Big C, this is the mirror image of what happened last season. Yeah, oh my God. We'll win 5-0. Granit Xhaka hat-trick. We'll be stuck with him. He'll end up being the manager probably in the future. Big up Matt who said Arteta told these man it's December. Dear, I wish he'd done that earlier in the season. But big up yourself. Big up C-Law, new member. Member stream next week. End of season roundup, people. Goals flying in. Liverpool beating Southampton 2-0. Bobby Firmino. Tottenham beating Leeds 1-0. At the moment, Leicester and Leeds are getting relegated, people. But it can all change, of course. Big up Cormac, who said, Curtis House tricks. Do you, Sean Dyche? Listen, you can't just pay me €2 and expect me to do Sean Dyche. You got to pay a lot more than that. We eat bricks, we eat wood, we eat concrete. You know, Arsenal, typical Arsenal, innit? You know, when the pressure's on and the title's there to be won, they can't do anything. They crumbled. But when there's no pressure, they're going to beat Wolves 4-0. So, you know, for €2, that's the best you can get, mate. Have a good end of season, though, Cormac. Yo, we can't do too much. Big up yourself, though. Big up yourself. If Xhaka scores a hat-trick, I mean, do you just end the stream? I think you just lock the stream off, don't you, and say, see you next season if Xhaka scores a hat-trick. Xhaka really don't want to leave. Man said, listen, man, you can't get rid of me that easy. I ain't going nowhere. Granite on the double. Jesus can't score, but Granite can score. You watch, they'll sell Partey and keep Granite. New deal. Cooper said, keep him. Barbie said, biggest bottlers, Arsenal or Dortmund? Come on, Dortmund had to win one game. We had to win 3 or 4. It's got. I don't know. I feel sorry for Dortmund. They just must think, what have they ever got to do to get a title off Bayern Munich? But it was in their own hands. Maybe they had bigger fish to fry like us. Maybe they can meet us for a fishing trip. We'll get some big fish. Listen, if Xhaka's scoring goals, I'm expecting Gabby Jesus to get a goal. That is for sure. No, we already done the Sean Dyche. Do you, Stevie G? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Look, I thought Arsenal were going to win the league, lad. But, you know, they bottled it. And, you know, maybe next year they'll get some proper players in and win it. Because City, they're just dominating. I'm telling you, that Pep Guardiola is just annoying, lad. So, you know, yeah, we'll leave it there. I was getting, you know, there was different accents getting mixed into one then. So we had to leave it. I thought it was all right, though, at the start. Yeah, don't worry about the subs. Don't worry about that anyway. We'll figure that out somehow. We'll get there in the end. Do you know if they're restocking the away kit? I mean, bro, I know I bought a shirt in there, but I don't work in the armory. I can't lie. There was a couple shirts there. I seen a couple of the black shirts in there. But it is what it is, man. I think they had the big sizes and the small ones. So I think they had like XL, double XL, and the small ones. I didn't see any medium or large. Sebastian said he's been receiving a lot of abuse from AFTV fans calling out Arteta. KSC off, this fan base can't handle the truth. Like, bro, man, I'm from Guildford. I've just been near Guildford. But yeah, listen, I always say, don't worry. Listen, football is very subjective. 10 people can watch the same game and have a different opinion. That's the silly thing. That's why you'll never see me really arguing with people on Twitter about their football opinion, because football is opinions. Brian Clough didn't rate Andy Cole. Never signed him for Nottingham Forest. He ended up at Man United and won the treble. Football's opinions. People get opinions right, get them wrong. It is what it is, man. If you don't rate Arteta, don't rate him. Don't feel like you have to rate him because a lot of other people have to rate him. You know? That's the beauty of, you know, stick to your opinion, man. Get up, stand up for your right. Come on, man. But Mikel, one more year for me, Mikel. I need to see he needs to produce something next season. I can't lie. Something proper. I need to see trophies. Fishing trip with Dortmund. Yeah, man. We'll go on the trip together. Fry some fish. We'll fry some fish together. What we got? Cooper, Big C, any reason for Arteta to keep leaving Kieran Tierney out for that? I think he's just leaving, to be honest. Man United are losing. Doesn't matter, though. They've already got top 4. Kenny Tete has scored. Brighton have equalised. Undav against Villa. Do you know what's interesting, actually? I wanted to look at the table because I think a certain result would stop Tottenham even getting any European football. The best that Tottenham can get is the Conference League. So, yeah, this draw, a draw would stop Tottenham. Is that right? Would a draw stop them getting in the Conference League? I hope they don't. That'll be quite funny. So, yeah, at the moment, they're 8th. So, they got some real problems. I can't lie. One more year too harsh. No, listen. I mean in terms of I need to see something. Okay, we challenged. That's great. I want to see us lifting silverware. I want to see Arsenal lifting silverware next year. You know, if Eddie Howe can get Champions League in 1 year, then Arteta can, you know, get in Champions League in 3.5 years. Is not that huge of an achievement. Okay, it is a big achievement, like considering where we was last year. But I don't want to see Arsenal making 10 changes in the Carabao Cup, making 7 changes in the FA Cup and getting knocked out. Put a strong team out and try and compete on more than one front. You know? I'm telling you, we're Arsenal. We can't just say, oh, yeah, we can go for one competition. You need to build a squad now. Ward-Prowse has scored for Southampton, probably a free kick. There's no reason that Arsenal shouldn't be able to compete on more than one front. Even if it's 2 of them, Champions League and the Prem or FA Cup, whatever. We should be able to win a trophy. 100%. Or at least, like, get further into them competitions. We're Arsenal. People have to understand what we are. We're not Crystal Palace. We're not Tottenham. We're not Nando's. We need to win things. Who's your player of the season? Ooh. Do you know what? I would have probably said Odegaard or Martinelli for me. Probably Odegaard or Martinelli. They're the 2 for me. I think Saliba until Christmas was unbelievable. I definitely give a shout out for Gabriel because I've seen a lot of people voting for player of the season. Not many people have voted for him, and I think he deserves a lot of credit because if it wasn't for him, we would have been out the title race at the start of April. He's held whatever's been left of that defence together for the last 2 or 3 months. So he deserves a shout out, definitely. Martinelli says Rastaman. Get said Emery's better than Arteta. No hate. It's your opinion. You're entitled to it. He's won a lot of trophies. Yeah, come on. Before you go out, how you doing?
Good.
Guendouzi and Sanchez and them, man.
Yeah,
Not to mark, but hey, it is what it is. Won yesterday, semi-final today. What are you saying about this game? No pressure. Now we're balling. 2-0.
Yeah,
Come in.
No pressure FC, man.
Yeah. What are you saying? Xhaka, man, scored 2 goals. They better not get hyped and keep him. He's still got to go, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he'll still go.
Still go. What are you saying about next season? What do you want to see next season?
I want to see us contend for the title again.
Yeah.
And I think we need to sign bigger players.
Get some big boy players now.
Yeah, and next season, if Arteta isn't performing, then I think we need to sack him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Just come in. You're moving like Fitz, just kicking the door down. They're saying no messing about.
No.
He's not performing. Got to go.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're saying get that Haaland shirt. Save yourself. Not interested.
No.
It's going to be a tough upbringing being an Arsenal fan, but you know, teach you some harsh lessons of life. You know, big up yourself. Just before we go, player of the season.
I think it would be Saliba, but it's because he got injured. I think you probably have to give it to Saka.
Saka.
Yeah,
You
probably.
give it Saka, yeah. All right. Star boy settings, all right. Big up Cruz. It's going to be a tough few years, mate, if you want to stick with Arsenal. I would have got him the Haaland shirt, but loyalty is a good trait. You're right. There'll be some harsh lessons, though, I tell you that much. Anyway, what's going on? Wolves have got the ball. And let's see if we can get the 3rd and 4th. What's the weather like today? Yeah, it's good weather. Sebastian said Big C, Zaha, Gundogan, Asensio on a free transfer. Caicedo, Cancelo, Madison. Edu can even chuck in a third division prodigy from the Brazil. Good business experience. But a lot of good players available on a free. Asensio's just been released, hasn't he, at the end of the season? I think he's being linked with PSG. Xhaka player of the season. He deserves some credit for this season. Definitely had a good season. I wouldn't give him player of the season, but I respect it. Being an Arsenal fan builds character. I told you apply for a job. Put it on your CV. If you're an Arsenal fan, you've been an Arsenal fan for a number of years, trust me, you've got some real mental strength to deal with being a fan of this team. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Cooper was asking about Kieran Tierney. I think Tierney's leaving. I think Tierney, he signs Zinchenko for big money, big wages. He likes the inverted. Tierney's got a chance to go Newcastle, good money. They respect him enough to not stand in his way. I think he's going. And I think we'll sign a left back. I hope we don't regret that decision. Because I think Tierney's a quality player. Cormac said, Curtis, I agree. Arteta deserves credit for improvements, but I just have no faith in him to win the league or the Champions League. Spanish David Brent. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen that show on AFTV, the Kroenke discussion. A lot of people commented. Not everyone agreed. You know, some people think everything is going well and they're happy with it. I respect that. But the question that James asked me was, do you think Arteta will win the Prem or the Champions League? And I said, no, I don't think he will. Not with this ownership. But you never know. You never know. We could, things can change in football. Mitrovic, some of you saying Mitrovic has missed a penalty. Oh, against United. Aston Villa are now 2-0 up. The Brighton goal got disallowed. And Ollie Watkins has just scored 2-0 to Villa. So, 3-0 to Arsenal. Bukayo Saka. Starboy turns up. Because I'm a star boy. Cruz just called him player of the season. Saka scores. No pressure FC on fire. Man City must be shaking in their boots, people. We're coming for you, Pep. We're coming next season. Well, let's hope so. Where have these performances been, eh? Kieran Trippier has just scored an own goal. Against Chelsea. Well, for Chelsea. It's the only way they're going to score, to be honest. Pep's crying in his boots, people. He said, yeah, listen, we'll win the treble, but they're going to... No pressure FC are on fire over there. 3-0 to Arsenal. 2 for Xhaka. 1 for Saka. And we're ending the season on a high, people. Moneybag Saka making it rain. Yeah, he should have done the make it... You know what I mean? Make it rain on him. 290 bags a week, man. That's what it gets you. Where was it the past month? Yeah, exactly. Southampton have equalised against Liverpool. Suleimana, 2-2. Liverpool were 2-0 up. I don't think it makes any difference, right? Liverpool, are they in the same... Nothing can change for Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool are finishing 5th. Win, lose or draw anyway. So at the moment, people, in terms of the Premier League... Tottenham are heading out of Europe completely. They will be finishing 8th. Aston Villa will be in the Conference League. Obviously, Brighton have secured Europa League football. And Leicester and Leeds at the moment are getting relegated, people, unless anything changes. No Pressure FC are cooking. Big C, you're a hypocrite. We were only second in the league for 7% of the season. We are the 93% champions of the Premier League. 93%. Pep, you might have the trophy. You might have lifted the Premier League. Probably going to win the Champions League. Probably going to win the FA Cup. Win the treble. But we are the 93% champions of the Premier League. And I think we deserve something for that. We deserve, I don't know, wooden spoon. Maybe a bottle of Prime. Maybe another dog to go with Win, to keep Win. We'll call it 93% to run around with Win in the garden. You know, we deserve something. You know, we've done all right. 93% of the time, we were the best team. With the other 7%, we had bigger fish to fry, you know. I can't stand watching Kivior. Golden bottle. Yeah, give us a golden bottle, people. That'll be nice. Our game's stuck on 93%, then it started buffering. You know, when it's loading, you're like, yes! This is updating so quick, and it got to 93%, man, and I don't know what happened with that connection. But it's been buffering ever since. I don't know what's happened. Maybe Man City logged in on our Wi-Fi code, man. It's been buffering on 93% for the last 6 weeks. Oh, dear. Man said, what is it good for? Absolutely no. Sing it again. Who? Ha! Who? Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yo! S. Ronnie said, what's up, Curtis? It's good to see that Champions League badge. Hey, enjoy, people. 6 years we've been waiting for this. That's what we got out of the season. In fact, this is our trophy. We're back. 6 years. No trophies, but we got that. Remember, Wenger said Champions League qualification is like winning a trophy. Not that I agree, but yeah, maybe he was right. Next we're winning the Premier League next season. Listen, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Smokey said, would you ever cut your hair and slap in the sporting waves, or have you always had long hair or don't care? Do you think you could do the Jesus look? Yeah, man. I could do that. I had short hair loads of time. Sharp shape up, high top fade. We can run that. I did say, didn't I? I said, if Arsenal win the league, I'll cut my hair off. But, yeah, we might change it up one time. You know, there's only so long you can deal with plaiting. I'm getting older. You know, when you get older, you want things a lot simpler. Things get a lot more simple. When you're younger, oh, Granit nearly got a hat-trick. I only just seen the replay. He's going to get a hat-trick today, by the way. He's playing really well. He better stop this. He'll get a new deal. As you get older, you want things simpler, man. And cut 93% of your hair off. I could do. Maybe the other 7%, I could do the R9 haircut. Just leave that little patch at the front. That would be the 7%. You know, maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll turn it with the R9. Xhaka probably should have scored that then. Got the hattie. Best-selling T-shirt in Arsenal history. Can you imagine how many shirts they've sold today at the Armoury? I bet there was queuing outside. The kit, it is fire. I can't lie. I love this kit. I'm not even going to cap. I didn't really like last season's kit. It was a bit too plain. The collar on it, I wasn't loving it. This with the round neck. I think the round neck should be a bit thicker. But apart from that, I'm a fan of this kit. The gold. We should have been champions in this kit, man. But it is what it is. Taking it back, man. R9 setting. 7% patch at the front. Inverted haircut. It could work. It could work, man. Gundogan would have buried that. Yeah, Gundo. He might be at Arsenal next year. You never know. We love Man City players. Oh, I love this kit. I'm not even going to lie. It actually looks even better in person than it looks in the pictures, man. It's an absolute banger. I'm shameless with it. You know me. I'm questioning the Kroenkes, but the gold badge, yeah, I was weak. I was definitely weak with that. Sean Paul Mahart. Dirty, yeah. It's in the poor them. Forest winning 1-0. Taiwo Iwanyi. The brother that dealt with us last week has scored again. They're winning 1-0 at Palace. Makes no difference to them, though. Big C had the diamond earrings with the plaits. Well, Rio Ferdinand style, 2004. I was there those times until my aunt was grilling me at parties. Listen, you have to try a thing sometimes, man. Oh, big goal in the relegation battle. Leicester City have scored. Wow, what a finish that is from Harvey Barnes. That is a fantastic goal. Everton fall into the relegation zone, people. Wow. Harvey Barnes, little 1-2, opens up his body, slots it into the corner. Huge goal. Everton slip into the bottom three on goal difference. They're currently drawing with Bournemouth. We'll take Anana. Oh, no, what's my name? I'll take Anana, man, half price. Wow, Everton drawing 0-0 at home to Bournemouth. Leicester take the lead against West Ham. Who would you rather get relegated, people? Like, I know it's harsh to say. Leeds are gone. Leeds are losing 1-0 to Tottenham. They need Leicester and Everton to lose. Not going to happen. Leeds are gone. But out of Everton and Leicester, who would you rather got relegated? out of those two teams? Do you have any preference? I'm a big fan of Harvey Barnes. If we didn't have so many left wingers, I would actually take him as a backup. I think he's a good player, man. I heard Eze got an England call-up. He did. Very good player. Yeah, Leeds are gone. Get Everton gone, you're saying, yeah? Yeah, we haven't got a good record at Everton, have we? I think they've built a new stadium, though. But, yeah, I kind of think I'd rather see Leicester stay up. I got to be honest. Decent ground. They've won the league recently. I feel like Everton are just in the league for no reason. You know, I just don't really... And we never do that well at Goodison Park. Bad Bath said, Xhaka hat-trick load-in. Season starts now. This is actually like pre-season for us, isn't it? It's our pre-season. Big up Bad Bath, though. Everton only because we always lose there. Yeah, I hear you. I'd miss Shaw Dyche. We'll still do it somehow. We'll still do it. I just feel like Everton have just ran out of steam. They're not giving anything to the Premier League anymore. Cliff said, watching the match and I really don't give a ish. I hear you, bro. You know, we're not even really celebrating the goals that much. Leicester do have some receipts, man. You claimed a historic title. Ross Gunner said, seriously, year extension on Xhaka, not for me. Cool time now, bro. I feel we have a bad habit of doing this, Arsenal. We keep players too long, then they have no value, and we're stuck with them. Annie said, Big C, manager of the season. I'll be honest with you, right? And you've got to give Mikel Arteta his credit. It's fantastic, but I think Eddie Howe's manager of the season. I think taking that Newcastle team, they were in a relegation battle last season. Within 1 year, you've got them in the Champions League. Now, I know they've got crazy money, but they haven't spent crazy money, really. They haven't really flexed their financial muscle yet. I go Eddie Howe. I'd definitely give a shout for Steve Cooper at Forest. 30 new players. He's done amazing to keep Forest up. De Zerbi getting Brighton in Europe for the first time in their history. Unbelievable. You've got to acknowledge Pep. I think sometimes we look at him and think, oh, he's won the league, let's not acknowledge him. You've still got to give him some props for winning the league. Gary O'Neill, you're spot on. Bournemouth were losing 9-0 to Liverpool. They're probably the ones, really. I think Eddie Howe, though. Luton away on a Friday night to open the season. I'm speaking it. Listen, Luton, wow, what a story for them. I think, was it? I could be wrong on the time frame, but I think it was either 7 or 9 years ago. They were in the conference. And now they're in the Prem. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. They deserve to win as well. They deserve to win. So I think they were saying there's one of the stands to walk in the ground. You have to walk through someone's back garden. I mean, it's going to be crazy. The only annoying thing about that game will be, because Luton have got a small stadium, Arsenal fans will get hardly any tickets. That's the only thing. But yeah, fair play to them. Old school atmosphere, Kenilworth Road. Looking forward to that game. Cliff said, Kroenke ain't getting my money, just ordered a retro JVC. Listen, I respect it. I respect it. And Cliff said, if Mikel Arteta took it to the last day of the season, and yes, but bottled it. Yeah, he should have ran him closer than he did, man. That's the thing that annoyed me. MJ said, what's bigger, Luton's ground or Highbury? What is the capacity of Luton? I think it's about 10 to 12,000, I think. It'll be the smallest ground in the league, I would imagine. Although I think they have to put an extension on one of the stands to pass FA regulations. And Cliff said he's from Luton. Get him, but we'll cheer Arsenal. Yeah, listen, I think it's great for them. And it's a great story, to be honest. Big up Cliff. Tenacious 10,000. 10,000. Bournemouth almost scored, apparently, said South London's finest. But anyway, Arsenal are winning 3-0, people. 6 minutes till half-time. My timer's a minute behind. I'll edit all the teams at half-time. The team lineup's right, but the bench is wrong and the whole Wolves thing's wrong. As you know, we started the stream a little bit late. FFR95 said he grew up in Luton. The stadium is in Bury Park, right in between the residential terrace houses. It's I think it's great. You're having to walk through someone's garden to play a Premier League game. Can you imagine Haaland walking through someone's back garden? Mate, can you let me through your garden? Jadon Sancho has scored for Manchester United. They've equalised 6 minutes before half-time. Brighton have got a goal back. Undav has scored. It does count this time after the last one was... the last one didn't count after he scored. So, yeah, people, this Arsenal game, what's going on here? What is actually happening here? Still 3-0. Man United, yeah, Sancho scored. First ever live game was Luton v Chelsea 55 years ago. Big up the geezer, 139. You've been watching football for a long time, man. I respect it. What is going on here? StatPad Assetti. Listen, first thing I said yesterday, no disrespect, I said Luton, that's got to be 6 points. But you never know. You never know. I can't lie. It's not as clear cut as that, is it? I can honestly see them beating some teams at their place. Some teams will not like turning up at that ground with that tight stadium and all the fans close to them. They won't like it. What is going on here? Why is my stream going funny all of a sudden? Don't do this. I can already see a 1-1. You can see it. You can definitely see it. Teams will drop points there, no doubt about it. In that stadium, them fans and that atmosphere. Arsenal need to sign Osimhen or Vlahovic next season. We need a goal scorer. Thing is, Osimhen will cost you 120 million. Are Arsenal going to pay 120 million? Not likely. And Vlahovic, yeah, maybe you could get Vlahovic. I mean, he hasn't done great at Juventus, I got to be honest. But yeah, I would probably... yeah, I'd possibly take him. But I'm not sure if we'll sign a striker, honestly. I hope we do. No, Ivan Toney. Arsenal won't go near him with a ban, will they? You know Arsenal, everything's squeaky clean, man. Allegri is a horrible coach, yeah. They're playing horrible football, so maybe at a better team with a better setup, you might see a better Vlahovic elsewhere. Osimhen is a beast, yeah, but he's crazy money, isn't he? Crazy expensive. Nearly half-time, people. 3 minutes till half-time. Arsenal winning 3-0. 2 for Xhaka, 1 for Saka. See, I did read... I was going to talk about this, obviously, at the start, but I turned up late, so I couldn't. But, yeah, it was interesting that Saka's agent wanted a release clause in the contract. And Saka's agent... Apparently, Arsenal wanted to offer him a 5 or 6 year contract. He insisted on 4 years. Now, listen, he's played an absolute blinder. Let's be totally honest, because Saka knows that in 2 years, 2 things are going to happen. Number one, he gets a new contract at Arsenal again. With another pay rise, he ends up on close to 350, 400 grand. Or he goes to a Man City, Real Madrid with 2 years left and it's cheaper to get him. So he's played an absolute blinder. Let's be totally honest. So 4 years, it's business. It is business. I can't lie. I'm not even mad with him doing that. What he's done is he's said to himself, listen, if this doesn't go how you're telling me it's going to go, I'll make sure I can get a way out. People saying he doesn't trust the pro. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe not fully. You know, maybe he thinks, listen, if this don't work, I need to make sure I can escape. And he can. After 2 years, that's an easy get-out clause for him. So it's very interesting that our star boy is not totally sure about what's going on here, because he would have signed for 5 or 6 years. Didn't even accept a 1 year option. Saka is out here in 2 years. If we're not flying, if we're not winning trophies in 2 years, he'll be going Man City or somewhere, or Madrid, and play right wing for them. 120 million, nice dough. It is business, man. Definitely business. Apparently, Saka's base is 200k, rising to 290. Okay, fair enough. I thought it wouldn't be a base wage of 290k straight away. It's a little bit high, really. 2 minutes till half time, people. 2 minutes till half time. And Arsenal lead by 3-0. Man United drawing 1-1 with Fulham. Villa beating Brighton. Tottenham at the moment are missing out on Europe completely, which is always nice. Always nice to see. Everton are currently getting relegated because Leicester are winning, which is shocking for them. But I think Everton are moving into a new stadium. Could be moving into it in the Championship, people. Sané better than Saka. He was. I don't know if he is now. I haven't watched much of him. He looked very good against Man City. I'm not even going to lie. He played really well. Leicester still winning 1-0. Good in bets. Nearly half time, people. Listen, I always expected us to win today. I really did. We're a team that performs under these circumstances. I'm not surprised one bit that we're winning this game, and I think we'll win 3 or 4-0 at least. I prefer Martinelli over Saka now because of his commitment to the club. I mean, listen, he has still signed the contract, but yeah, he's given himself a way out. Big C, your favourite stream of the season? I think for the ending, I mean, there's only one. It's got to be Reece Nelson, Bournemouth. I didn't necessarily love that whole game. I loved the Tottenham game. To go to Tottenham's ground and just run the show like that, I thought was unbelievable. So I love that game, but the ending is definitely definitely the Bournemouth game. That was just unbelievable. There's no doubt about it. That's one of the best endings to any game, really, that I've been involved in. So, yeah, I couldn't believe it. I thought everything was done. What's crazy is it felt like we were going to win the league at that point. You know, I don't know how we didn't. Or at least get closer. I think that's the disappointing thing, that we didn't get all the way to the end. Arsenal's win over Liverpool at the Emirates. Is this Xhaka's testimonial game? It feels like it. DF Designs, Nelson's goal was heady days when we were all good. Yeah, Spurs away. I love Spurs away, man. We dominated. Where was Saka in the crucial games? They're questions that have got to be asked. Where's he been when, you know, over the last 6 weeks when we've desperately needed goals from him? I think you have every right to ask that question. Half time. Half-time whistle goes, people. Half-time whistle goes. And no pressure FC 3. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. This is Arsenal. You know, nothing to play for and we're bopping. But at least we're winning. Let's finish the season in a positive way. I'd like to see us win 4 or 5-0. And it is what it is. The kit is amazing. I can't lie, people. I know a lot of you might be in two minds, but when you see it in the shop, you're going to have a problem. I can't lie, man. You're going to have a problem. This is a real good kit. But I know, obviously, I hope a lot of you will still be in the stream at the end of the game. But I just want to thank you all for the support this season. It's one of them, I'll be honest. For 93% of the season, it's been amazing. But the 7%, I think it's a shame that we've had such a good season, yet it's ended so flat and it's ended with no real excitement. That's my biggest disappointment. What people have to understand, and I've had a lot of debates, as I'm sure you've seen on Twitter, I'm not actually angry at the fact that we haven't won the league. It's painful, it's hurtful, but I'm not angry at the team for not winning the league. I'm angry that Man City didn't take it from us. We just handed it over. That's what my frustration is. Like Cliff said earlier, we should have gone to this last couple of weeks and forced Man City to keep winning. And you never know what happens, you know. Man City could have, you know, they drew with Brighton the other day. We could have put pressure on them. So that's my biggest thing. I think we should have gone to the end of the season. It fits quite snug, the shirt. Fits quite snug. Yeah, disappointed, not angry, you know. That's what I would say. But it's listen, I think once the season finishes and you're sitting on holiday and you look back at the season, you'll think, you know what, we made big improvements, but it just feels like, and I always say it feels like we missed a huge opportunity. You know, that's the thing what really hurts. It's, you know, can you see Arsenal next year being 8 points clear of this Manchester City team that could potentially win the treble? I'm in two minds about what a Man City. I'm thinking, is it good if they win the treble and they're full up and the hunger disappears a little bit? Or do you want them to bottle it and then Pep might feel like, I'm never going to win the Champions League with this team? I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to see. But anyway, I kind of interrupted myself, but I want to say thank you to the whole community for all the support, you know, for rocking all the shows and all the day. Obviously, the daily shows will continue, but no watch-alongs until pre-season now. I will do the FA Cup and the Champions League final. We'll do those two. But big up to everyone for tuning in. It's been a roller coaster of emotion, as it always is with Arsenal. As you know, I'm a bit of a crazy fan. I get caught in the emotions sometimes. But I think that is Arsenal. I think when you support Arsenal, you probably are a little bit crazy in your own sort of way, because we're not an easy team to just support. They will take you on an emotional roller coaster every season. But listen, tour's going to be great over there in America. I hope to see a lot of you over there. Going to try and do a show in London before the season starts as well. And obviously try and make some improvements to the streams over the summer. And, you know, all of that. We'll do transfer shows. We'll do some collabs and look forward to next year. Champions League streams are going to be lit. I can't lie. Especially if we get like a Real Madrid or someone like that in the group. But yeah, man. So we got a lot to look forward to, you know. But big up to everyone. Inverted thank you, says Dre. Now, man, I have to always give thanks, people. I have to always give thanks because, listen, the channel's nothing without the support of the community. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here looking at a camera and no one's watching it. So all you guys and girls, you know, you rock with the channel, support the channel, give up your time and all that. So I appreciate it. Big up to all of you. And let's hope onwards and upwards for next season, people. We got bigger fish to fry, people. Bigger fish to fry. Joey said, big up from South Texas. I'm going to switch off from Arsenal for the most part of this summer. I'll only watch your streams for updates and vibes. Thank you for everything. You got friends here in Texas. Appreciate that, bro. And what I'm going to do, I am going to start putting out some shorter videos to go along with the streams. I wasn't going to do it. I thought maybe I'm putting out too much content if I do that. But I realise over the summer, a lot of you will be working, you'll be on holiday. Sometimes you might not have time to tune in to a 1 hour stream. So some days you might get a transfer video in the morning, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, little update, and then a stream in the afternoon. So if you haven't got time, you can just maybe watch that and stuff like that. So yeah, man, big up to you, Joe. Andrew Lee, big up to you as well, said... These deluded fans turning on Saka again. When are they going to hold the board accountable? There are fans here telling Xhaka to stay after scoring 2 goals. They don't deserve anything successful. Andrew, listen, I don't think... Well, I can't speak for everyone. The ones that I see in the community, I don't think people are turning on Saka. I think they hold him in... Sometimes in football, you hold a player in such high regard that when his standards slip... it disappoints you more than a player that's average, that's played below average, if you know what I mean. If Xhaka has a bad game, I'm not going to moan about it really, because I know he's got that bad game in him. If he has 5 bad games, I've seen it before. I think the fan base holds Saka in such high regard that when they see him underperforming, it's kind of like, wow, he's played bad for a few... But we have to be patient. I don't think the fan base are turning on him. I think Saka is very much loved by the fan base. But big up Andrew. You're right, though. We got to be patient with him. Neto said, I haven't watched the game because it simply doesn't matter. We'll say that I like Mikel trying new tactics. Rumours are Caicedo will play where Partey is. We'll see. It's interesting. I did see a link online saying that the club were thinking of putting Caicedo at right back. I've got to be honest. I think he needs to calm down with all that. Listen, I know he had a great game against us, but... It would be so typical of Arsenal to go and sign a £75 million centre mid and play him at right back. I mean, all this inverted, man. Just relax, Mikel. Sign him and play him in midfield, you know. Togetherness, man. Togetherness. Big up yourself. But big up Neto with the super chat. S. Ronnie said, how are Arsenal planning to ensure continuity and consistency during this period of change? Xhaka leaving, new contracts, ESR and Ketia. The thing that bothers me about Arsenal this summer, right, is the club have got so many things to deal with. You almost think, can they deal with that many things? We got 11 players on loan, right? So you're going to have to sell some, give some new contracts, get rid of some. That's a job in itself. Then you've got players at the club like you said, ESR, what's happening with him? Tierney, Nketiah, Xhaka, all those players who are at the club. Then you're going to go and look to bring 4 or 5 players in as well. So you're talking about maybe 20 players that you've got to deal with in terms of, do I keep him? Do I give him a new contract? Sell him? Buy him? Are they going to get all of that done? Now, what worries me with Arsenal, when I see things like Nelson signing a new contract, I'm like, all right, I'm not too bothered about that. But I hope they're not going to try and take shortcuts and say, oh, just give Nelson a new contract so we haven't got to sign a right winger. You know, I don't want to see that. Edu's got to earn his bread this summer. You're going to be working all summer. No barbecues, no jet skis, no cigars. You know, no toes in his mouth either. We know he's a bit of a funny guy. He needs to do his work this summer. So, yeah, man, I'm looking at Edu to work. Don said, Curtis, would you sell ESR and Fabio? ESR, I would give another season. I don't think he deserves to be sold off the back of one injury hit season. Fabio, I would probably loan him. If you could get a decent offer for him, I would possibly sell him. I'm honestly not convinced by him at all. I'm not usually a big fan of selling a player after 1 year, but Fabio seriously concerns me. Ethan said, thank you, Big C. You're the best Arsenal YouTuber. I appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate it. Louis, as a new member, make sure you get involved in the member stream next week. Want to hear from you again. We did a 2-hour member stream a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the longest one we've ever done. So we'll do another one next week, end of season roundup. Big up to you. Sniper Scope. Find it a joke we are going big summer and not January. Makes no sense. I say it all the time, Sniper. People don't like it. Not everyone, but a lot of the Twitter fan base, they can't get their head around it. There's a big difference between trying and doing. People go, oh, but he offered big money for Mudryk. Okay, but you didn't get Mudryk. You didn't get Caicedo. You didn't get anyone else of any significance. You know, you got players that were easy to get done. Brighton was selling Trossard. Jorginho, Chelsea didn't offer him a new contract. They were willing to sell him. Kiwior, most people had never heard of him. That was not the transfer window of a team trying to win the Premier League. You know, simple as that. Trossard, good signing. Jorginho, meaty. Kiwior will take time. Will the Kiwi ever ripe? I don't know. Why not go big when you're top of the league and you can win it? It's a great point, Sniper. Theo said, man, a bit crazy, mentally insane more. Like, listen, we're crazy. We're a dysfunctional family, Arsenal fans. I always say it. You know? But it's part of the fun, I suppose. It's part of the fun. Big up, Theo. Cooper said, who's this 34, 2 goals, Xhaka, new contract offer? Fair play to him, but don't get carried away, Mikel. Don't get carried away. No new contracts. Let him cry at the end of this game and wave to the fans. And then we'll move on. It's been a long 7 years. Let's not forget we signed him ahead of Kante, who won the World Cup, the Europa League, the Premier League, and the Champions League. No name on the shirt, bro. I could have, but I just weren't interested. I didn't really see any point. Why was me said, if you create a league with Dortmund, Arsenal and Spurs, no one would win it. I want as well to disconnect from Arsenal this summer. Thank you, Big C, for the streams. Big up, bro. Yeah, we'd probably all... No, I don't like being compared to Tottenham, though. I don't like that. We're not that bad. We're bad, but we've still won 4 Champions... No, 4 Champions Leagues. Oh, my God. I was looking at the Champions League. We haven't even won the Champions League. We've still won 4 FA Cups in the last decade. They've won... 0, zilch, nothing. Audi Cup. So you can compare us, but not to them, man. Compare them to Brentford and Palace. You know, I can take bottle jokes, but their bottle's on a whole new level. You know, them man ain't won a trophy for, what, 16 years, 50? Nah, there's levels to this bottling. We're just a small bottle, you know, like a small bottle of Prime or something. They're like a 2-litre bottle, man. They're on a next level. Right, couple more super chats. Which game this year is your most emotional one, said Vincent? It's Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth, there's no doubt. I'll be honest. I never said at any time that I thought we were going to win the league on here, because I still always had doubts. The PTSD was running wild as an Arsenal fan. But I'll be honest, after Bournemouth, I remember coming off that stream and sitting there and thinking, it feels like it's our time. Everything was clicking. It was like De Bruyne wasn't playing well. City dropped points at Forest. We beat Bournemouth last minute. We beat Villa last minute. Beat Man United last minute. It's I honestly can't believe we haven't won it. I really can't. But they have to build. They have to build and learn from it, you know. That's all they can do now. Can't feel sorry for themselves. Big up Beresford Productions, man, as a member. I think you was a member before. Maybe you've rejoined, but big up yourself. Francis, man, I have to tell him there's levels to this bottling. You know, we're not bottle jobs like Tottenham are bottle jobs. They take bottling to a whole new level. Do you know what I mean? I think everyone can acknowledge that. But, yeah, just a small bottle, definitely. But, yeah, it's half-time. Last game of the season. 3-0 up. Shall I put a tweet out? It's only right, innit? No pressure, FC. 3. No pressure, FC. 3. Xhaka. Xhaka scores 2. Don't get carried away, though. He can still leave. There you go. Man saying a bottle is a bottle. It don't matter what bottle it is. Vegas Gunner, they told us Brighton wouldn't sell us Caicedo in January. How sure are you that we're going for him again? Did they re-sign Reece so they could sell ESR? That's a good point. Because you think to yourself, it's all English quota, innit? You know, you got to think there's rumours that Holding could be sold. And it's also, if ESR was to go as well, that's probably why they're going for Rice and things like that. So, yeah, it'd be interesting. Good afternoon, everyone. Guys, have you seen Robbie this week doing a madness on different YouTube channels? Spinning Arsenal PR saying we didn't bottle it. Doesn't like that word. I'm going to try and get him on here next week. I'll grill him on it. I can't lie. We'll try and get him on. I'll try and get him on. Put some pressure. We'll put the pressure on people. Xhaka needs a goodbye red card. Let me get... I didn't even put that tweet out. Right, there we go. No pressure, FC. Look great. Balogun for next season. I'm worried about Balogun. I think he could be on his way, but I hope they keep him. I think there's a talent there. I'm going to dress up as a bottle and scare Robbie next Halloween. I said, I don't like bottles. Oh, dear me. That's a banger. MO7 said, Big C, are you confident about this window? It's very difficult as an Arsenal fan to ever be confident of a transfer window. Ultimately, we have to go with facts and what has happened previously and make a judgment of what we think is going to happen in the future. When have you ever come out of a transfer window as an Arsenal fan and truly been satisfied with it? You know, and that's the problem. I can't remember the last time I was really happy with an Arsenal transfer window. So, no, if I'm being honest, I'm not confident of the transfer window. Because it's Arsenal. We'll be linked with Declan Rice. We'll probably sign Yuri Tielemans on a free. You know how we move. You know how we operate. This is Arsenal. Robbie said we're ahead of schedule. Robbie! Well, I don't know. I don't know if we are. Cooper, I'm expecting one big signing this summer and a few good, not great players. Seems to be the Arsenal playback. I think they'll go all out for Declan Rice, and then we'll get one or two others in. I honestly don't expect us to get Caicedo and Rice. I've seen a lot of people saying we need both. I would be shocked if Arsenal sign both. I really would. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. It's too much money on the midfield. But if we do, then great. I'd be delighted if we got them both. Wow, Southampton are winning. What's going on here? Is the second half underway? My stream's not even loading now. What's going on here, people? What's going on here? Are we underway? Yeah, we are underway. Let's get the second half timer underway. We're underway. Stream's playing up now. Come on. Don't do this to me. Southampton are beating Liverpool. What a way to go out of the league. Get relegated beating Liverpool. We are underway, people. Forgive me. My stream is absolutely all over the place. Well, we'll keep you updated. And it's the last half of the season. Right, there we go. We're back. Last half of the season, people. Let's get it over with. Neto said only reason he'd do it is to play Caicedo right back. And what's the point spending 75 million on him, playing him out of position? It don't make sense. Fabio on loan to Luton, would you be happy? I'm not sure he'd survive. They'd grab him in the back gardens. I don't know if he'd get through the back gardens, Fabio. But he might need a loan somewhere in the Prem, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the Prem is for him. Yo, Big C, this summer needs to be massive. Either we go big or go home, 100%. Can't be no in between. Can't be no in between. We got to go big. 2-0. 2-0 to Nando's. That's Leeds done, innit? Leeds are relegated. You might as well walk out the stadium if you're a Leeds fan. Spurs have scored. And that'll be Leeds in the Championship next season. Are there any Leeds players that you would actually take? Would you take, is it Nonto or Sinister? I don't think they've got a lot, to be honest. Do you agree with Turkish that it's a season to forget? To a point, I do. I think, listen, I can't speak for him, what he meant, but I think ultimately it's a season that, as good as it's been, you'll look back on it and you'll go, what a shame. The overriding factor is, man, we could have won the title. And I think that's where he was alluding to. It kind of... Right now, it's not a season to forget because Saliba deserves the credit for what he's done. Martinelli for the goals he scored. Saka for the goals he scored. You know, Odegaard for the season. There you go, Cello. That's actually what it is. Opportunity missed. I keep saying that you'll know how good this season is next season. If we challenge again, then we're there. We are as good as we've looked. If we finish 4th, 5th next year, then you'll look back on this season and say, wow, we might not get that position again for another 5 years. 8 points clear of this Manchester City team with 4 weeks left of the season is an unbelievable opportunity. So I think there is a whole lot of truth in what he's saying. I don't think you, as a fan, as a coach, as the players, you don't forget everything in the season. We've had some great times this season. But ultimately, the overriding factor will be, wow, we could have won the title. You know, we really... But if they go big in the summer, sign some real quality, then you build on next season. You go again and you put more pressure on you win trophies, then we can say, okay, we didn't win the league and it was painful, but at least we've built on it. At least the club have woke up now and said, listen, we can achieve something. So we'll find out how good this season is next season, in my opinion. Great moments, but no trophies. And what you have to say is, we'll see what the Kroenkes are about now. If they really do want to win the league or not, which we'll see. The action will speak louder than the words. You know, we'll get all the PR, but I want to see the action. Spend the money. That's the only thing the Kroenkes can do to convince me. Not could have, but should have, yeah. Vishal said, Curtis, which two tough teams would you take in the Champions League group? Bayern, Barca, PSG, Real, Inter, Napoli, Dortmund, Marseille, Leipzig. I take Leipzig. I don't think they're great. Dortmund, tricky away from home, but if Bellingham leaves, well, they could have a lot of money to spend. Marseille, tough away from home, but beatable. I wouldn't want Bayern, just because 5-1 Bayern. I wouldn't want Barca. Definitely don't want Real. I don't want Napoli if they've still got Osimhen. And Arsenal have scored. 4-0 to Arsenal. 4-0. No pressure FC are absolutely sparkling, people. When the pressure's off, the Arsenal rise. And they are flying, people. 4-0. No pressure FC 4. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. I didn't even see the goal. Just waiting for the replay now. Typical Arsenal, this, innit? It's almost bittersweet. It's almost hard for me to celebrate this. Who scored? Is that Thomas Partey? Why is my thing buffering again? Partey scored. It's party time, people. Even Thomas Partey's scoring. No pressure FC having a party today. Leaving party for Granit Xhaka. 4-0. Thomas Partey has scored. And is it getting disallowed? Is this getting disallowed, people? I think it's been disallowed. He's too old. He should have been in bed with his slippers. I think it's being disallowed, people. I don't think that's going to count. It's been disallowed. Let's change that. Back to 3. Goal doesn't count for Thomas Partey. And it's still 3-0. Nothing to get excited about, people. We're winning the title. We're the 93% champions. I will be dropping grenades on Twitter after the game, you know, just to cause a stir. Bank holiday weekend, why not? I think was Ben White fouling there? Doesn't matter really, does it? Xhaka hat-trick, put a tenner on it. Hey, Nathan, come on. That's naughty, that. He said he's got issues. Gambling issues. Those who paid 30k for tickets are at least getting to see some goals. Mate, if I paid 30k to watch that game and I'm watching this, I need players' boots, shirts. Even that's not enough. I need more than that. I need the car. Someone got to give me a car. Batson said, very bittersweet this, but thank you, Big C, for all the vibes this season. It's been an epic time. Yeah, listen, man. As I say, people, do what you need to do in the summer. Some of you will probably switch off altogether from content. If not, just pop in, get an update on the goals, on the transfers, sorry, and do what you need to do, man. Enjoy your summer, people. Man United have taken the lead. Bruno Ratface Fernandes has scored for Man United. They're winning 2-1 against Fulham. And because Newcastle are drawing, I think Man United will finish 3rd in the league. Yeah, man, big up. Savlon has finally said shout out to David Brooks. Big him up, man. Great recovery. Especially with City drawing with Brighton and Brentford. It could have been crazy. I mean, listen, would that have happened if we were still fighting? Would they have dropped points at Brighton? Because he took Kevin De Bruyne off around half time. He wouldn't have done that if they was fighting for the league. But interesting, Man City drew against Brighton, and they draw in today, but too little, too late. Brett said, honestly, enjoyed most of this season. Dropping the chance hurt, but we had some good times. And listen, ultimately, And listen, I'm not capping. You know me. I've said a lot about being disappointed and missing out on that title. But ultimately, being a football fan is about enjoying the moments. Do you know what? Today could have been such a historic day. That's what's painful. We could have been winning the title today, having a parade tomorrow. Can you imagine what would have been going off right now? But we've had some great moments this season, is the very least we can look back on, you know, that they can't take away from us. So I just hope this is the springboard and the platform for the club to build and move forward, you know. But we'll see. Time will tell. Hey, get the likes up, people. Last game of the season. Can we get 3,000 likes? Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow the TikTok, Curtis Shaw TV on TikTok. I'll be doing a lot of the tour. The short content will be on there. Curtis Shaw Clips channel, we're going to get that going again as well. YouTube Shorts as well on this channel. So just get, you know, connected from every angle so you don't miss out on anything. Big up JK Speaks for becoming a member on the channel. Really appreciate that. Halcyon said, Big C, just wanted to say thanks for all the content this season, bro. You've taken it to another level. Best channel on YouTube. It's been a roller coaster ride. Big up all the way from Switzerland. Big up, bro. Really appreciate that. Shout out the whole community. And there we go. It is 4-0 now to Arsenal. Arsenal 4. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. And this one should count. I've missed the goal again because I wasn't looking at the screen. But it is now 4-0 to Arsenal. And Wolves are well and truly done. It is Gabriel Jesus. Finally notches a goal. I think that's his 11th goal of the season, people. Gabriel Jesus with the goal. J9 with it. It'll boost his confidence. Oh, Everton have scored. Abdoulaye Doucouré, what a big goal that is, by the way. Wow. And Leicester are back into the relegation zone. It's unbelievable, Jeff. Doucouré with the finish. Everton are out of the relegation zone and Leicester have slipped back in by 2 points now. So they need a Bournemouth equaliser or Leicester will be getting relegated. Former Premier League champions have slipped back into the relegation zone. Doucouré with the goal for Everton. 32 minutes to go. Gabriel Jesus with the goal there. Big him up. He needed a goal, that's for sure. And hopefully it gives him a lift, obviously, going into next season. Jesus with the goal. King Gunner, thank you for the super chat as well, bro. If we could have won the league and you had the opportunity to get a ticket for this game, honestly, what would your max price have been? I mean, bro, I wouldn't have had to pay crazy money because, as you know, I share a season ticket. I'm sure it wouldn't have been too much. It would have been less than £100. Would I have sold it? I don't know. I'm about moments over money. I believe you have to enjoy the moments. If we had an opportunity to win the league, you know, let's say we had to beat Wolves today to win the league, I think I would have actually gone to the game. Possibly. Although it would have been an epic live stream as well. But so I don't know. I wish I had that choice. They took that choice away from me. That's the painful thing, King Gunner. And big up JK Speaks as well, man. Thank you for becoming a member. I think you were a member at one stage. A few of you have been asking, how do you become a member on the channel? So I'm going to click, I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'll pin it to the top. So if anyone wants to become a member, you can. I haven't even edited the teams, have I? The Arsenal team's still there. I'm not even doing nothing else. I'm not doing anything else. Who cares if the Wolves team's wrong? It's an inverted stream anyway, people. It's an inverted stream, so it doesn't matter. It sums up the season anyway. Nearly there, but not quite. Nelson coming on. It's interesting, you know, this could potentially be a farewell game for a number of players. I mean, Nelson we expect to sign a new deal. Wow, Saka coming off. Unbelievable. Now he signed the contract, he feels comfortable dragging him off. Maybe he needed him to sign the deal before he started taking him off. But as we were saying before, Nelson hasn't actually signed the contract yet. So in theory, he could still leave. You've got Granit Xhaka could be on his way out. Tierney could be on his way out. Holding could be sold quite easily. ESR's situation looks a little bit shady at the moment. I don't know what's going on with him. How come he's getting so little game time? I'm convinced he must have had a falling out. He has to have. Links in the chat. I'll pin it to the top if you're looking for the link. If not, just dismiss it, people. I'm just putting it there in case you were looking. Saka played well after getting the money. Yeah, he's got the money in the pocket, man. He's got the bag. New contract doesn't have a substitute clause. They can take him off now, people. They can drag him whenever they want. 4-0 to Arsenal. 28 minutes to go. Granit Xhaka's got 2. Saka's got 1. Gabriel Jesus with the other. Partey had a goal disallowed. Saka has been substituted. I cannot believe that in the on the hour mark for Reece Nelson. Are we going to see Smith Rowe? Are we going to see Kieran Tierney in potentially Tierney's farewell game the way this is going at the moment? Would you take Ruben Neves? I'd aim higher. If he started to get down that list, okay, I would take him. But I'm aiming for 3 or 4 centre mids before I'm looking at Ruben Neves. You know, I think now we're in the Champions League, we can get better. Oh, a goal for Leicester City. Wout Faes, is it? You know the brother. Looks like David Luiz. B-Tech David Luiz has scored for Leicester City. Leicester City 2. West Ham United 0. They are doing their job, Leicester. But Everton are still winning. Tielemans whipped in the free kick. Flicked on by the B-Tech David Luiz. And it is 2-0 to Leicester against West Ham. How devastating for them if they actually win the game and get relegated. So they now need a Bournemouth equaliser. At the moment, Leeds are 2-0 down against Tottenham. They're done. They're finished. They're relegated. Leicester are winning 2-0, but they're still in the relegation zone because Everton are winning 1-0 against Bournemouth. A Bournemouth equaliser would get Leicester out of the bottom 3. Southampton are beating Liverpool 4-2. Adam Armstrong, too little too late. They head into the Championship. Liverpool can't move up or down, whether they win, lose or draw. So, you know, are they bothered? I'm not sure, really, how interested they are. It's still a negative way for Liverpool to finish the season, though. I'm sure Jurgen Klopp is not happy with the way they're playing in this game. It's definitely not a good way to finish the season. What's going on here? And Everton still winning. Liverpool in the mud. Listen, I think Liverpool will come back next year. They'll buy a lot of players. They've got rid of Milner, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Firmino. That's 4 players out the door. That's a lot of wages to spend. I think they'll get McAllister. Apparently Klopp's... Oh, are you saying, is Klopp losing it? Last year he was trying to get the quadruple. I think he's earned 1 bad year. I think I can answer that next year. If he has a similar season to this year, next year, then I think we can have that conversation. At the moment, I think it's too early to say that Klopp's losing it. Cliffo, this is the most goals Arsenal have scored in the Prem, 87. So it shows where the problem is, doesn't it, Cliff? It's the defending. We've conceded too many goals. The structure since Saliba has come out, you know, you shouldn't be relying on a young player as heavily as that. You should be able to still operate with no Saliba in the team. So that's what they've got to address. That's what they've got to do. You've got to get better quality next season. You know, you've got to get a better centre-back. We've conceded 43 goals this season. That's 11 more than Manchester City. That's probably where the title's been lost. It's amazing to think. Let me put this into context, right? Now, Manchester City are drawing. Oh, Nelson's missed a good chance there. Good footwork by Gabriel Jesus. Crystal Palace have equalised as well. Will Hughes has made it 1-1. Manchester City drew in the week. Big up Danny Boy for becoming a member, man. Big up yourself, Danny Boy. New member. Big up Lee Burnell as well. Big up to you two for becoming members on the channel. Really appreciate it. What's unbelievable, people, is if the scores stay as they are, Man City are drawing 0-0, we're winning 4-0. We will have lost the title by 6 points, right? Now, Man City have got considerably better goal difference, so effectively it's 7 points. But you think you beat Brighton at home, who you should be beating, right? You beat Southampton at home, who you should be beating. That gets you an extra 5 points. And you beat West Ham after being 2-0 up. You're champions. 3 games. Brighton, West Ham, Southampton, 91 points, champions. Now, don't get me wrong. Man City possibly, maybe they beat Brighton, and maybe they beat Brentford if they hadn't already won the league, rotating and taking people off. So we don't know. It could have changed. Lee said I was already a member, just went to platinum. Big up yourself, bro. We need a better defense and midfield. We're too open on the transition. 100%. 100. You can hit this Arsenal team on the counter-attack and hurt them. And when we're not at full strength, we look vulnerable. That's the problem. That's the problem. You sound like Ty now. And apologies. It's because I'm wearing merch, you know. I'm confused. But yeah, in the transition, I think you can hurt us. I think how you fix that. Number one, you get a better right-sided centre-back to back up Saliba. If Saliba comes out, I want a quality right centre-back to go in there. Or you sign a right-back and Ben White becomes centre-back cover. So you've got Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior. I don't know if he's good enough. Maybe you got to buy another centre-back. And maybe a right-back. We need 2 centre-mids. We definitely need 2 centre-mids this summer. Where's the headset? Ty settings. Big up Ty, though, man. Big up Ty. You can't question his commitment, that's for sure, man. Still less points than the Poch team from 16-17. That's crazy. That is mad, I can't lie. It seems like we've been way better, but... I said, you disgrace. You're a cheat. I hope Brighton get relegated. Where was this performance a couple of weeks ago? What do they say, man? Pressure bust pipes. We ain't under no pressure today. You know, we're playing against a team with nothing to prove. They're already safe. They're chilling. They're probably on the beach already, Wolves, psychologically. Bring them to the Emirates, slap them up 4-0. You know, we'll probably win 5-0. Probably score another one. Too little, too late, but... it is what it is. It is what it is, people. Inverted pressure. Inverted pressure. See, will you miss Dundalk away? Like I said, it became Stockholm Syndrome. I don't like the Europa League. But what I do like about the Europa League is I'm always confident that we'll go to the latter stages. I'm always confident that we've got a chance of winning it. Ultimately, I'm going into the Champions League feeling like we've got little to no chance of winning it. So... Trossard nearly scored a banger. Leeds have got one back against Tottenham. Jack Harrison. But I'm glad to be out of it. It's time for this. It's time for some of that. These are the... That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear in the season, man. And listen, even the watch-alongs will be better, man. Because so many... The Europa League group stage games, they're hard to watch, man. Let's be honest, Thursday night, Dundalk. Sometimes the game's on at 5 o'clock. You're not going to be interested, really. You know, we want to watch Real Madrid at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, you know, against Arsenal. But it's okay, Jorginho is good on the ball. I know, man, I know. You don't have to tell me, Cliffo. The amount of arguments I had about them signings. Big up Curtis, pressure makes diamonds. Yeah, we need to make some diamonds, man. Premier League table live at the moment. Because Aston Villa are winning, Tottenham will miss out on European football altogether. They won't even be in the Conference League. They're finishing 8th as it stands. Cody Gakpo has got a goal back for Liverpool. 4-3 there. Liverpool were winning. Southampton went 4-2 up, back to 4-3. Cody Gakpo. Oh, 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 yeah, no more of that business. We don't want to hear that no more. Liverpool, you can hold that one for a year still. Look after that. Harry Kane has scored for Top Spurs? What's that? You ever heard of them? No? Has he scored? Maybe he hasn't scored. I thought that just said Kane scored. No, maybe he hasn't. I thought Kane had just scored. No, I take it back. I don't think he has. Oh, he has scored. He has. Sorry, I thought they said it was disallowed. Kane, 2 goals, 1 assist. Let me say one thing about Harry Kane. You'll never hear me talk like this on this channel ever, but I'm keeping it a buck. It's last day of the season. He's a great player. Needs to leave. Needs to leave. I'm not just saying this because of Arsenal-Tottenham, rivalry. If he stays there, he's got no ambition. He's not interested. Because you're talking about one of the best strikers in world football outside of maybe a few others. Haaland and Mbappe and 1 or 2 others. How at the moment, they're not even in Europe. He scored 30 goals, people. At 30 goals, you can't stay there. Oh, Jota has equalised for Liverpool 4-4. He's too good for them. He's got to walk out on them, man. Honestly. When I talk like this, I'm talking serious because I'm talking about a Tottenham player. Harry Kane has to wave to them Tottenham fans today, ring Daniel Levy and say, that's it. I can't play for that club no more. You're not even getting Conference League, bro. He scored 30 goals this season. Come on, man. Get out of there. Leave him. Leave him to just suffer. Sign Kane for free. That's the only thing. I wonder if Kane will be sold or will he see out his contract and go on a free next summer. But he's got to go, man. He's wasting his time there. I'd take him at Arsenal. We'd probably win the league with him up front. 30 goals in a rubbish team, by the way. They got smooth one. I'm taking Kane, 100%. Let's not cap. It don't matter if he plays for Tottenham. Like Sol Campbell was Tottenham captain. I would take Kane all day long at Arsenal, no doubt. He'd score 30 goals at Arsenal. We're better than Tottenham. We'd create even more chances for him. I'd 100% take him. Can you imagine taking Kane from Tottenham and he scores for us and reveals that he was always an Arsenal fan, as we know he was? I'd take him all day long. He probably ends up at United, if any English club. They seem to be the ones who want him. S. Rooney said, how Arsenal FC are planning to evolve its tactical approach to maximise the potential of its current squad in terms of positioning key players in areas where they can have the greatest impact on the game. Wow, I thought you'd copied and pasted that from an Arteta press conference. That's how he talks. How are Arsenal planning to evolve its tactical approach? How can they evolve? I think they need to sign. I think we need a natural right back. No disrespect to Ben White. He's had a good season. We need a right back. We need 2 centre midfield. Midfield's our biggest problem, as well as the defence. But a lot of the time, our midfield doesn't protect our defence, and that's part of the problem. Because, they get caught out of position. Bro thinks Curtis is Pep. I think it's an Edu quote. Okay, yeah, it sounds like something he would say in a Jeff Shreves interview. ESR's coming on, I think. Is that ESR? Finally, man. Give him some time. You're treating this guy like he's a nobody, bruv. The man's a baller. Do you know what's going to be interesting? I wonder if they'll take Granit Xhaka off, so he has to wave to the fans. That is interesting. Are they going to take Granit Xhaka off just so he gets sort of the farewell and everyone's standing up? Villa are still winning. What's your take on Partey? I'd keep him for another year. I wouldn't just get rid of him yet, to be honest. Are you fit, bruv? Next time I see him on tour, I'm going to ask him, are you fit, bruv? I asked you last year, man. I'm gonna try and get even better content this year on tour, man. I'm prepared for it this year. More prepared. Who they taking off? They're making changes. I think Granit will get substituted. So he gets to wave at everyone, you know. Listen, people have to remember that ESR is that's a £50 million player when he's playing properly. Yeah, are you sure you're fit, bruv? That's what we'll say this time. We'll remix it. Oh, Granite. Is it Granite coming off? I told you they're going to take him off. Granite Xhaka comes off. Odegaard comes off as well. Should I have stood up? Should I have... I don't know. How do I react? Granite comes off. Oh, people are doing ESR dirty saying he's on the Hazard diet. Well, at least Granite didn't tell us to F off. We've made progress with Granite. Listen, Granite, let's be respectful. Am I glad he's gone? I think it's time for him to go. One thing I've always said about Granit Xhaka, I've never questioned his commitment. Whether I've always rated him as a player, not really. Whether I've thought he was good enough and should have been captain, maybe not. But I don't question his commitment. What I will say is he's had a good season this year. But ultimately, I'm going to be totally honest, it's not enough. It's not... Respectfully, thank you, Granite, but it wasn't enough for me. He's been here since 2016. He's had one good season. Last year, he was okay. He doesn't hide. He stands up for the cause. I thank him for his service. But ultimately, if I'm just going to say it as it is, 1 out of 7 that's not enough. It's not enough. So respectfully, thank you. And we move on. No, I ain't got no hate. I got no hate for him. Honestly, I got no hate for him. But it's time to upgrade. You know, he's an iPhone 7. There's an iPhone 14 Pro Max out right now. So I'm going to upgrade. We need some more megapixels. You know what I mean? We need some more megapixels and we need to get them in. You know, Caicedo and Rice and all them things there. So, yeah, he should have said F off to the crowd. That would have actually been quite funny. I would have respected him even more. Big C, I'm currently delivering in Wolverhampton wearing my Arsenal shirt. Can feel the daggers in the back of my head. And there's the 5th. There's the 5th, people. Is that the 5th? 5-0. 5-0 to Arsenal. The Kiwi is ripe. Was it Kiwior who scored? I actually didn't see it again. Don't tell me the Kiwi is ripe. Who scored that? Well, I've missed the goal now. Kiwior was it? I'm waiting for the replay. The Kiwi is well and truly ripe. Pick your fruit. That deserves a goal celebration. Kiwior with his first goal for the football club. 5-0. No pressure FC are cooking with gas, people. I told you. I nearly called Mikel Arteta or Arsene Wenger. All Arteta's got to do is convince these players every week that we're not under pressure. And if he could do that, maybe we'll win the league. Because when there's no pressure, we're unbelievable. 5-0. I don't even know how to take that 5-0. ESR assist. He should tie his boot as the celebration. I think he was doing Black Lives Matter, man. Bad Bar, thanks for the Caicedo fun, Xhaka. Goodbye. Hopefully it helps us get him in. West Ham have got a goal back against Leicester. 4 nows. Big up Bad Bath. Big up Marco. The Noel Edmonds. Can't lie, I'm watching it like it's pre-season. It feels like a pre-season game, don't it? Feels like a pre-season game. The relegation battle is where it's at, people. At the moment, Leicester are relegated. They're winning 2-1, but Bournemouth are losing. Bournemouth! Oh, they had a half chance there. Everton are on the attack. I'm watching. I've got like 3 screens going at the moment. Commentator. Did anybody hear? I don't know if anybody heard. Tony Adams. He called Kiwior Kiwi. He called Kiwior Kiwi during the game against Forest. I couldn't believe it. I'm convinced Tony Adams is tuned in. I've spoke to Tony Adams a few times, by the way. I tried to get him on the channel. But he called him Kiwi. I couldn't believe it. I had a proud smile on my face as Tony Adams called Kiwior Kiwi, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. Got 11 minutes to go here, people. Tony Adams is part of C Unit. Yeah, man, he's always welcome. You got a statue outside the ground, bro. There'll always be a part of C Unit for Tony Adams, that's for sure. Big up Tony, man. He's a Kiwi. The Kiwi is ripe. Maybe the Kiwi's ripe today, people. No, we've read them ones, actually. Let me remove that. It's getting some of your comments. Last 11 minutes of the season. 5-0. Dre said, this is why I don't like Arsenal. It's typical. We know this. We are like a script, which is why I say we are real life Truman Show. Start off slow, get better, create hope, hype, expectation, then get even more hyped, fail at the last minute, then lift up a little bit at the end under no pressure, and then the PR. It's predictable. We are very predictable in that sense. Big C, what do you think about the Vinny situation in Spain? Do you think he should leave? Interested to hear your thoughts. I spoke about this in quite a lot of detail the other day, so I don't want to go on about it too long, but I will acknowledge the question. The sad part of it is Vinicius Jr. is at the pinnacle of football, Real Madrid. So on one hand, you think to yourself, Vinicius, just leave, man. You know, racism, leave. But on the other hand, it's like, bro, you've come from nowhere and you've got yourself to Real Madrid. Why should you have to leave? Because the league won't do anything about it. So that's the first part of it. Second part of it, as I've said all the time, you got to walk off the pitch, which is something I always used to say you shouldn't have to do. But as I always say, damage the product. That's the only way you will get action from the authorities, if you hit their pocket. They don't care about racism, right? Because it doesn't damage them. Unfortunately, that's the cold-hearted truth of it, right? If they walk off the pitch and get games abandoned and fans are leaving and the TV companies want their money back because they've only had 10 minutes of a game that they've paid for, you will see a change in action. Trust me, because the money's being hit. Until the money is hit, you ain't going to see no change. So, but Vinny, let me tell you something. We'll welcome you at Arsenal, that's for sure. I'll take him. So listen, I don't think he should have to leave Real Madrid. You're at the pinnacle. Why should you have to leave? You've earned your right to play for Real Madrid, man. Make them have to do something about it. Brio said always needed a reason to get the new kit. 5 goals. I accepted it last week. It was purely for tax purposes, people. That's the only reason we bought the shirt. Nah, listen, I knew already. I already had it pre-planned. I said, I'm in trouble. As soon as I saw the picture of that home kit, I said, we're in trouble. That's getting copped. Mark, you're right. It won't stop racists. How do you stop racism? Education. Can you change somebody that already has it imprinted in their mind? You know, people have to want to learn and think. It's difficult. It's very difficult. Abu Dhabi and Sol Campbell in the stands. I met Abu Dhabi. He's there quite a lot. He's there quite a lot at Arsenal. AHD Gaming. Curtis, just want to big you up for the season. Your streams are funny and real. It's been a vibe at times. Hope to see you next season and pre-season. Big up, man. We're here, people. We're here, always. We'll be here again. We go again next season. Bigger and better and badder. Man City are losing to Brentford. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine if that was genuinely happening? And we'd hung about. Now, again, I don't want to get too excited because maybe City, maybe they're drunk, you know. Maybe they've been drinking for the last week. Ethan Pinnock scored. City drew with Brighton. Now they're losing to Brentford. Would it have happened like that? I don't know. But they are losing. Big up AHD. I appreciate it, man. Looking forward to next season. Bigger and better. Champions League. We're gonna go for. Couldn't write it. Sometimes you've just got to hang around there because things can happen. That's why I was so disappointed we fell out the race. Brio said, show Camavinga the Vinicius vid. Throw 100 bags. He's a baller, isn't he? Ancelotti loves him, I think. I don't think they would let him go, man. Big up Brio, though. No pressure FC. Yeah, the subs are on the... I didn't edit it. I didn't even edit the lineups because I turned up so late. So I just put the Arsenal team up and left the rest. Where's the gunman Fitzjoseph? I'm sure he's about. Maybe he's at the game. He goes to the game sometimes, but... listen, we can only deal with the facts. The facts are Man City drew at Brighton and they're losing at Brentford. We can say ifs, buts, maybes, you know, they might not have lost, but all we can do is say, well, they're losing. They're now losing, which means they're only 5 points ahead of us. 5 points. We should have got 5 points. We've lost 3 of our last 5 games. It probably makes it worse. I would have rather they won 4-0 and we just never had any kind of... But hey, it is what it is. The power of now, people. Eckhart Tolle, read the book. Powerful book. Live in the moment, right? And we are where we are. Let's just try and build. Johnny said, thank you, Big C, for all your hard work this season. Big up to you, bro. Only the lawyers can save us. You're right. You're right. We need that court case. Strip them of their title. Give it back to us. Would you have rather bottled it how we have or lose it today? And you're right. It's a very good question, Mark, because at least the way we've bottled it, I've been able to deal with it for 2 weeks and now I'm very relaxed. Bottling it today would have been 10 times, 100 times more painful. But I think we would have gone with a lot more like, oh, it would have hurt, you know, it would have really hurt us. But I would have took more, I don't know, I would have had more heart in it if we pushed them to the last day and we didn't quite get there. It would have been way more painful. Let me not even cap. I would have probably been going crazy. But at least we could have said, yo, we really ran them to the end. Where we tripped over on the final lap, you know, over our own shoelace that were untied. So, hey, it is what it is. But I get you, Mark. It's a great question, though. Definitely a good question. Big up Kevin, who said, yeah, thanks, Curtis. You helped me laugh through the pain. Information and entertainment, people. One thing about me, I'll always say it, shoot straight from the hip. You know, no agendas, just say it as we see it. Sometimes emotion takes over, you vex, you've lost the game, you hammer the team, you hammer the manager. But it is what it is, you know. But big up to everyone who supported the channel this season. 4 minutes to go in the game. Arsenal winning 5-0. Everton look like the great escape is complete. Sean Dyche masterclass. They're still winning 1-0 with 4 minutes to go. Leicester are winning 2-1, but they'll be relegated. Matt said, City are so cruel now. They are teasing you guys. Can you imagine? I mean, I haven't seen the Man City team today, so I'm not sure. I'll have a look. How strong a team has Pep put out? I think it's the FA Cup final next week. So I wonder if Pep put out an under-strength lineup. Let's have a look. Man City team today. Yeah, he made a lot of changes. Alvarez played. Cole Palmer played. Gomez played. Rico Lewis. Calvin Phillips. Yeah, it's nowhere near their strongest. Stones, Gundogan, Rodri, Bernardo, Haaland, all on the bench. So, De Bruyne not even in the squad. So, yeah, they would have probably won if they were at full strength. Let's keep it a buck. But hey, it is what it is. Big up Snake Eyes, who said, thanks, Big C. See you in the US. Thank you to the community. We go again. That's it. That's it. What did Jay-Z say, man? You got a gear there. Dirt off your shoulder. You just got to flick that off, man. Man City, you just got to flick them off, man. They've irritated us all season. Nicked our league title. But it is what it is. We go again, man. We go again. We've seen worse seasons, so I'm sure we can bounce back. Finishing 8th was a lot worse. It is what it is. Tottenham heading out of Europe. Brexit FC. They're heading out. As long as Aston Villa can beat Brighton, there will be no European football for Tottenham. Topspur? What's that? You ever heard of them? No? Yeah, no European football for Nando's FC next season. Surely Harry Kane puts in a transfer request and leaves them in the mud. They are winning, but if Villa won today, that would have meant that they don't get any European football whatsoever, which is very funny, actually. 2 assists from Trossard. Decent. Should he have played more games? And yeah, Snake Eyes, hopefully link up hopefully link up a lot of the community in America. African Soldier, Curtis, if you were to pick 3 players from the teams going down, who are you picking? Southampton, I mean, Ward-Prowse is their best player, but because of his age, I'd be tempted to go for Lavia because I think his ceiling is much higher, although Ward-Prowse is better now. So I'll probably go Lavia at Southampton. Leeds, I don't rate many Leeds players. I'll probably take Nonto as an impact sub off the bench because he's rapid. And Leicester would be Maddison. I like Harvey Barnes as well, I got to be honest. I think he's a talent, but we're a little bit stacked on the left wing. So I'll go Maddison. Yeah, we're gonna start doing transfer shows, people. I was thinking because I'm doing daily live streams, is a pre-recorded transfer show too much? But I'm gonna do it because there are a lot of people who message who say, listen, I'm so busy, or the time difference, the 2 o'clock show, I can't tune in. So just to keep you all a little bit more informed and updated, I'm gonna put out short video most days, transfer update video, and then we'll still do the stream as well to go into a little bit more detail for those of you who are on the move and you don't have time to watch the longer streams. Balde said, Tielemans, listen, I'm going to be honest, I've washed my hands of Yuri. He's like a double-decker bus turning around. He's that slow. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not. He's good on the ball, no doubt, but he can't move. He genuinely can't move. But very good question, African Soldier. I'll go Maddison from Leicester. Curtis, what does ESR and Fabio offer? ESR, man, I'm not putting him in that bracket. ESR's better than Fabio. We saw it last year. He's just not fit. I don't know what the problem is, but he's not at it right now. But Fabio, I haven't seen anything really at Arsenal. Probably a good long shot at Brentford. Couple of good passes in the Europa League. I haven't seen nowhere near enough. Hope I see you at Kenilworth Road. Yeah, why not? Next season, I want to go to a few more games and do a few vlogs, especially with the Champions League and stuff. So, yeah, man. Keep Balogun. I hope we keep him. Mrs. wants to know why you say big up more than inverted. Big up yourself, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up. It's, it's a regular term, man. Big up yourself. It's a positive term, Inverted, nah, we can't talk about that no more. No more inverted. We've seen enough inverteds. ESR is a one-season wonder. That's harsh. That's real harsh. I'm backing ESR, man. He's still a good player. Are you sure you're fit, bruv? 10 minutes added on in the Everton game. That is unbelievable. 10 minutes. They're 2 minutes into the game. 4 minutes in time added on at Arsenal at the moment. Eddie came on for Trossard. I didn't even see that. No disrespect. Kenilworth Road won't be there. Ground, they're getting another one with 19k, sorry. Are they building that already, though? I'm thinking, is that gonna be built for the Premier League season? I would imagine, have they started it? If it's started, then maybe. If not, because I'm sure I've read that they have to improve their current ground for next season because they need to add more seats to it. Can Bournemouth get an equaliser and send Everton down? Inverted big up. It's an inverted big up, Sell Eddie to Burnley. Big up all the Gallen, big up all that, big up Shaggy. Hey, big tune back in the day. Would Burnley want Eddie is the question, LSU. That is the question. Would they even want him? Still playing at Arsenal. Big up is the culture. Yeah, man. Pull it. Right, Anana with a powerful run. I think he's won a free kick there. I want to see full-time at Aston Villa. That will make Tottenham not be in Europe. And big up Pat, man, who said, big up to you in the community. Much love. Big up yourself, bro. Thank you very much. Big up everyone for their support this year, man. Really appreciate it. It's been an epic season on the streams, on the community. Long ball into the area. Bournemouth! What a save by Pickford. Wow, left foot volley. Ball's whipped in. They're still on the attack. Bournemouth on the attack here, people. Full time's coming in. Pickford catches it. What a save. Yerry Mina climbs on him. What a save that was by Pickford. Manchester United game has finished. They've won 2-1 against Fulham. Newcastle have drawn 1-1, which means Manchester United will finish third in the Premier League. Probably a good season for them. Third in the Prem. Won the Carabao Cup, FA Cup final. They'd have probably took that. Chelsea won, Newcastle won. That has finished as well. Forest won, Palace won. That's done. Man City have lost against Brentford 1-0. Arsenal game is done, people. Done and dusted. Game, set and match. It is official. Arsenal's Premier League season is over. The 2022-23 season finishes. Arsenal have won 5-0. No Pressure FC are cooking. Bournemouth, free kick into the area. If scores stay as they are, Leicester are relegated. Odegaard must be player of the season, says Brio. I agree. I did nominate him as mine. Is Decore? It's saved. It's a corner to Everton. Leicester are still playing. They're winning 2-1 against West Ham. Leeds are relegated. They're losing 3-1 against Tottenham. 2 goals for Kane. They won 4-1 actually. They scored just a minute ago. Lucas Moura has scored. So it's 4-1 to Tottenham. Leeds are down. Leicester are winning 2-1. They're still playing. It's a corner to Everton. 5 minutes left in this game. Same wins as the Invincibles. Wow, unbelievable. Because the Invincibles, didn't they draw 12 games or something? Camera's highlighting Xhaka. Well, it'll be interesting, won't it? Is it his farewell? Everton are just keeping possession. 4 minutes left in this game. Come on, where's the full-time whistle at Villa Park? Full-time whistle goes at Aston Villa. It is official. Tottenham will not, I repeat, Tottenham will not be playing European football of any kind next season. Wow. They have finished 8th in the Premier League. Antonio Conte was right. Free kick to Bournemouth. Or is he giving it the other way? I think he's giving it to Everton. It is official. Let's get some tweets out. It's official. Tottenham will not play European football next season. You know what I mean? Let me cheer up the community before I throw the grenades out there. So Topspur, what's that? The grenades are approaching. I'm softening everyone first by, we'll laugh at Tottenham, then I'll drop some grenades. The 93% parade is underway, people. Arsenal players walking around, waving. We tried parade, The 93% title winners. Bayern sacked Kane and Salihamidzic after winning the Bundesliga. Our low standards, emotional fan base will have a meltdown if it ever happened. Yeah, they're not interested. They're like, what? You lot actually let Dortmund take us to the last day of the season, Bayern? That's what Bayern are saying. You're done, mate. You're sacked. Every game in the Premier League has finished apart from Everton against Bournemouth. Liverpool drew 4-4 with Southampton. They were 2-0 up. Southampton then went 4-2 up. And then it ended up 4-4. So Leeds have been relegated. Leeds are done. They are in the Championship. And at the moment, Leicester are relegated. They've beaten West Ham 2-1. But due to Everton winning 1-0 against Bournemouth, they are down at the moment. Throw in 90 seconds to go. Throw into Everton. Curtis, it should be the bottled parade. Maybe they should all hold up a bottle of Prime. Imagine if Bournemouth scores. It's not looking likely. We ain't buying though. Yeah, I hear you, but I think, what people are trying to highlight is, the ruthless nature. Leicester players are actually on the pitch. Looks like they're watching the game on one of the coach's phones. Scarity, thank you very much, bro. Thanks for all the hard work this season. Big C, much love to you and the family. Stay blessed, bro. Big up. Blessings to everyone in the chat, man. You and your families giving up your time, supporting the channel. Time is precious. Time, money, energy, all of that, people. It's never goes never missed how much effort you guys put into this channel. So a big thank you to everyone who supported the channel this season. Obviously, we'll still be live daily, and I will be doing watch-alongs, FA Cup final, Champions League final. We'll definitely be doing watch-alongs for them games as well. So a couple more watch-alongs to go. Big up Moan, man. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Big C, just imagine Arsenal winning all their games after Newcastle. Arsenal should be taking this Premier League to the last day, all winning the league. Players and Arteta should be blamed. What's your view? I think the way we just let it go at the end is disappointing. I mean, like I said, we don't know if Man City would have lost today, and, you know, would they have drawn against Brighton? You never know, but we should have pushed them to the final day. Last chance of the game. The 100 minutes are up. It's a throw-in to Bournemouth. The referee, he's blown the whistle! He has blown the full-time whistle! Everton have survived! They are in the Premier League next season. Kevin Campbell will be delighted. Abdoulaye Doucouré scored the winner. The Everton fans are on the pitch. Leicester City, the team that won the Premier League in 2016, they have now been relegated to the Championship. Sidon, where are you at, bro? Where are you at? Leicester City relegated to the Championship. That is shocking. And with a stadium like that, former Premier League champions, Maddison must be thinking, right, who am I signing for? Because I'm not staying here. Leicester relegated. Leeds relegated, Southampton, and we're obviously already down. And they have survived. A 1-0 win against Bournemouth keeps them up. Sidon, enjoy the Championship, bro. You're always welcome in the community, though. I have to tell you that. Everyone's going to be trying to get Maddison at a cut price. That is for sure. Wow. Leicester City relegated, former Premier League champions. Andy Braithwaite, thank you for the watch-alongs this season. Curtis, have a good summer. Big up yourself. Thank you very much, as I've said all the time, to all the community for your support this season. Mohan, thank you for that super chat. Yeah, like you said, we should have took it to the last day. Is it the blame of Arteta and the players? Yeah, it is. I blame the board as well and the owners for not getting even better players in January, but even with this squad, you shouldn't be drawing at home to Southampton. You know, you should be beating West Ham when you're 2-0 up. You should be beating Brighton at home. You should be beating Forest away. Ultimately, like I said, ifs, buts and maybes, yeah, City maybe would have beaten Brighton and maybe they would have beaten Brentford today. So we can't say that it's, you know, gospel truth. This is how it would have finished. But we've ended up 5 points behind Manchester City. 5 points. And when you look at some of the results over the recent weeks, we could have fixed that. Beat Brighton, beat Forest, we win the title. Ultimately. We're 2 wins away from winning the league. It is what it is. What can we do about it? We can't do nothing. Do you know what? I got to be honest. It's been a roller coaster of a season. I'm actually quite glad that the season's finished. I probably won't say this in 2 or 3 days' time, when I'm thinking, oh, who's playing tonight? Oh, there's no game. I wish there was still Premier League football. But at the moment, I'm just a little bit happy that the season's done because it is a long season. And you know what? When you create content and when you're a fan, because what people have to understand, this is why I always say, demand more from the football club, because we pump our energy, our emotion, our time into our football club. I always say that fans are the blood of a football club. We keep the team flowing, the club flowing. We buy the kits, we go to the games. Clubs are nothing without fans. It's draining being a fan sometimes. I'm sure you can all relate. I'm sure a lot of the time you watch games. No, did I just see Kev on the pitch? Kev's on the pitch. Look at Kev chatting to Pickford. I knew he'd find his way there somehow. Kevin! Kev's on the pitch to us. I'm going to try and ring him. He ain't going to be able to hear it, is he? I'm going to ring him. Kev's on the pitch. What's going on here? celebrating with Jordan Pickford. I thought he was a gooner. Now, big him up. I'm sure he's getting. I'm sure he was doing some TV work today. Let me ring him. I doubt he's going to answer. It's probably too loud. Let's see if we can get him. Kev's on the pitch celebrating with Pickford to Ross. They love him at Everton, by the way. If you ever see any videos of Kev at Everton, they absolutely love him there. Nah, he's not answering. Too busy chatting to his mate Pickford. 5 points makes my belly hurt. Let me put out another tweet. I know City rotated. And those results may not have happened. But painful to think we lost the league by 5 points. Two more wins. Painful, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Do you know what? I'm going to do... obviously, we're going to be doing shows this week. Buy, sell, keep. We're going through the squad. Let's get harsh now. Season's done. Who are we getting rid of? So we're doing buy, sell, keep, player of the season, all those sorts of things. But while a lot of you are here, I'm going to do a little poll. We're not bothered about man of the match. Who cares? No pressure FC won. Who is your player of the season? Now, on the vote, it only lets you put 4 options, which isn't enough. So if you don't agree with any of these, just type it, right? I'm going to go Odegaard, Martinelli. Odegaard, Martinelli. Who do I go with the other two? I'm going to go Gabriel, right? Because I think he's been fine. Saliba's been injured for 2 months. Do you go Saka? Do you go Saliba? I'm still going to go Saka, right? Who is your player of the season? Me personally, I'm going for Odegaard. But I give a lot of credit to Gabriel for handling that defence. Because it's been a mess. He's been babysitting for weeks. If you don't think it's any of these 4, just type them in. If you think it's Xhaka or Ben White or Saliba. Put Saka there for Cruz. Yeah, Cruz said Saka, which I was surprised. I thought he would have said Martinelli. He's a big fan of Martinelli. Some of you will say Saliba, of course. I've only took him out of the equation because he's been out since March, but you still could probably put him in there. Somebody's saying Gabriel Jesus, big player. I think he could have scored more, but I think he finished now with 11 goals now after scoring today. A lot of you still saying Saliba. JB said, thanks so much, Big C, for all that you do for us. Cheers. We love you, mate. Thank you very much. I'm all about energy and vibes, people. I believe we have the best community on YouTube. We don't even hardly have to manage the comments. Everyone's calm. Not everyone agrees with me, but people are respectful. And that's why I always say, be respectful. I don't expect everyone in the comments to just go, you know, I agree with everything he says. Nah, sometimes pull me up in the comments. Go, nah, you're wrong. As long as it's respectful, we'll have that conversation. So big up. Great community. It's a pleasure. Honestly, it's a pleasure coming on this stream every day and engaging with all of you. It doesn't. I don't even consider this work. It's just like linking up with your friends and talking about football. It's light work. It's enjoyable. I can't wait for the tour. I believe they're going to Germany at the start of July. They're going to Nuremberg again, where they went last year. I think Adidas headquarters are there, so there must be a connection to the new kit sponsor and all of that stuff. And then they're obviously going Washington, New York, LA. I'll be over there in America. Hopefully get to meet a lot of you over there in America. And I want to do a get-together some point. Whether we do that in America for the tour or do it in London, probably be easier to do it in London. So we'll definitely do a get-together at some stage. Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale deserves a shout-out. He's had a good season. I've asked quite a lot of question marks over him. But he has had a decent season. Can't lie, the Champions League badge is slapping. Hey, come on, bro. It's serious. I tell you, right, and I'm not doing work for the Kroenkes here, by the way, because this is shameless, but if there's a few of you who are thinking, I don't know whether I'm going to buy that home kit or not. Maybe you're still too annoyed with what's happened, right? But I'm telling you now, when you see this kit in person, if you've got your bank card on you or you've got cash, you're in trouble. This kit slaps. I genuinely think this is the best home kit we've had in years. I didn't really like any of the Puma home kits. I thought they were all average. I think this is the best kit we've had probably since we were sponsored by Nike. It's an absolute banger. Best home kit in years for me. I like the round neck one when we won the FA Cup, though. I did like that one as well. Andrew said, no pressure FC showing up at the end like usual. Listen, you can't have expected anything less. I said we'll win 3-4, 5-0 today. It was always going to happen. Marco said, at least Kiwi has more goals than Mudryk. Fair play to him. At least he didn't duck down today. 0304 nostalgia, of course. We won the league in it. Did Win get a kit too? She showed up today. Yeah, I don't know. The dog's probably there. So, yeah, maybe they have got her in a kit. We're 100%, by the way, doing FA Cup and Champions League final watch-alongs. So, yeah, 100%. FA Cup final next... Is it next Saturday or next Sunday? I'm not actually sure when it is. Is it next week? Let me just check that. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. FA Cup final, Saturday the 3rd, 3 o'clock. Yeah, we'll do that. Definitely. Manchester Derby, FA Cup final. That's massive. Saturday the 10th, 8 p.m, Man City. Yeah, we'll do watch-alongs for them too. So, yeah, there'll be the next 2 watch-alongs. Probably won't bother with the Europa League or the Conference League. I'm not that bothered, to be honest. Santrina said, Curtis, thanks. I've been enjoying your streams from Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Thank you for tuning in. Granit Xhaka, 7 goals, 7 assists. Arteta deserves huge credit for that, 100%. If only we could have done this sooner. We might be talking about a different player. That's his best goal scoring season and joint best assists. Also, his lowest ever cards tally as well. 5 yellow cards, no reds, 7 goals, 7 assists. He's played 37 games this season. Only missed 1. So, definitely give Arteta some credit for that. It's a shame it didn't happen sooner. Probably will get man of the match as well for scoring 2 goals. So, fair play to him. I think it will be Granit Xhaka's farewell appearance, but you never know, do you? You just don't know. Confirmation as well, people. Southampton, Leeds and Leicester have been relegated out of the Premier League. I'm sure a lot of clubs will go cherry picking. I think Harvey Barnes will get a move. I think Maddison, obviously Tielemans will leave on a free. Probably Ndidi would get a half decent Premier League club as well. So they're going to lose a few players, man. Best content this season, says Matthew. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. It's been enjoyable. It's been a journey, I can't lie. Now it seems like the season's gone really quick. Because I remember pre-season like it was yesterday. And now you're like, right, the season's finished. 2.5K locked in. 64 of you on Twitch as well. Have we got people? We haven't even got 1,000 likes. Don't do me dirty like that. Hit the like button. Last game of the season. We got to be getting 2,000. We got 900 likes. Let's at least caress 1,000 likes before we get out of here. Red Rain said, hi, Curtis. Thanks for all the hours of debate and streaming. You have been 10 out of 10. Appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate that. We try our best, people. We try our best. Manchester United have finished 3rd, by the way, in the Premier League, which I think they'll take as a big positive. They've won 4 of their last 5, 4 points clear of Newcastle in the end. Newcastle finish with the joint best defence in the Premier League. Manchester City, it's amazing, isn't it? Man City finish with the lowest amount of goals conceded and the most goals scored. And ultimately, that's why they're champions, because they produce in both penalty areas. They score the most and they concede the least. I know it's a very simple way of looking at football, but ultimately that's why they win titles. 94 goals scored by Manchester City, 88 scored by Arsenal. So ultimately, with Jesus being out for 3 months, we've only scored 6 goals less than Manchester City. We're the second top goal scorers in the Premier League. The third was Liverpool with 75. So we scored 13 goals more than the third top goal scorer. But we've conceded 43 goals, which is why ultimately we're not champions. When you put that into context, right? Crystal Palace have conceded 49, you know. Brentford have conceded 46. Chelsea have conceded 47. We've conceded 8, 9, 10 goals too many, and that's why we haven't won the league in the end. Painful to think that we've only finished 5 points off City. Dude Lette, thank you very much for becoming a member, bro. Big up yourself. Make sure you're in the member stream this week. Young Gunner said, big up Curtis, quality streamer, lots of laughs. This will go down as a season of what ifs. Is it time to discuss the future of Arteta? The club won't be interested in that. So I've got my opinion. I don't think he deserves the sack right now. I think he's got to continue building next season. If we're sitting here next year with no trophy, no major progress, then I think that question mark has to be there. But ultimately, the club will say he's exceeded expectations, even though we failed at the end in the title race. So it is a bittersweet season, as Boss J said. It is bittersweet. Very interesting. Only 6 goals less. So it shows. Conceding goals is the problem. Big up Marcel, who said, big up Curtis, I enjoyed all your streams this season. One of the best content creators out there. Enjoy your summer, bro. Legend. I want to say now, before I round up the show, big thank you to every single one of you. I'm sure a lot of you tune in most days, but some of you, maybe you tune in for the watch-alongs. Maybe, you know, cool, I get that. If I don't see you on the streams and throughout the summer, have a fantastic summer. I'm going to get out a lot more pre-recorded content, especially over the next week or so. We'll be winding down a little bit, chilling. So some days there may be pre-recorders and not live streams, so just bear with me, a little bit of downtime. But have a great summer. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your time, your energy, you know, people who've become members, liking videos, super chats, and just generally tuning in and watching and supporting. We go again next season. Champions League watch-alongs are going to be lit. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the tour of the US. That's going to be a movie. Hope I see a lot of you over there. And keep it locked. Make sure you follow the TikTok channel as well, because a lot of the short content's going to go on there. Curtis Shaw TV on there. And member stream this week. Buy, sell, keep. Couple of collabs this week as well. Try and get a UK link up, like Jamie says. I'm looking for a venue now, so hopefully can get a lot of you together. We do a link up and all of that stuff. So big thank you to the community, because the channel is nothing without the community. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. Cooper said, stand up for Big C, simply the best, bro. Hey, big up community. Really appreciate it. I'll probably be back tomorrow anyway, so I'm giving all these big goodbyes and thank yous, but I thought it was important to do that in case I don't see you for a while or you have a break. So listen, thank you very much, everyone. Take care. It's been an epic season, a roller coaster. It is probably the season of what ifs. We could have won the league. We could have. But at least we're back in the Champions League. We need a big summer. And we see what next season brings. Enjoy your summer, and I will see the rest of you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bless.